Here's a Sasuke fact that will surprise you, make you happy, and make you think you can become Sasuke in real life. Sasuke's Kusanagi sword is real, like really real. And is locked away in a shrine in Japan. And not only am I going to tell you the real sword story, I'm also going to show you where you can get Sasuke's sword at the end of the video. So, Sasuke's sword is called Kusanagi, or grass cutter sword. And the real Kusanagi is a very real legendary sword, locked away in the Atsuta shrine in Japan, only to be brought out at the coronation of a new emperor. Is it coronation for emperors? It is a national treasure, and the last time it was out was in 1989. But before that, ages ago, the sword was actually used, wielded by a real prince and also by a legendary god. Let's start with the legendary god. Susanoo didn't wield it. But the god of storms Susanoo did beat the evil 8-headed snake monster Yamata no Orochi and decapitated each head and the tail, only to find Kusanagi in the tail. And you know, if you find loot after beating a big bad boss, it's good. So after Susanoo did all that, he gave the sword to his sister Amaterasu. And if all of these names are starting to sound familiar, yeah, Susanoo, Amaterasu, Orochimaru, they're all based on real gods and tales, and I have 3 separate videos on that. Amaterasu didn't really do much with the sword because she was too busy being the sun goddess and all, so she gave the sword to Prince Yamato, a real prince as well as a legendary figure. Yamato is not only the inspiration for One Piece's Yamato, oh damn, I have a video on that too. He is also the one responsible for giving the sword its actual name. You see, Prince Yamato was the son of Emperor Keiko. He was cast out to defeat the emperor's enemies, and one of those enemies figured to kill a great swordsman, you best lure him onto a grass field and light it on fire. But Yamato, surrounded by fire, simply cut the grass. And in doing so, he summoned Kusanagi's wind powers and simply blew the flames away. And since that hidden power blew him away, he henceforth called the sword Kusanagi no Tsurugi, grass cutter sword. Now here, I must note that Tsurugi simply means double-edged sword, and this bad boy right here, though it's Sasuke's Kusanagi no Tsurugi, is a single-edged sword. So technically, it's just a Kusanagi, or more technically, it is a Kusanagi no Chokuto, because it is a single-edged straight sword, a Chokuto, and not a single-edged, slightly curved sword, a Katana. Of course, Naruto also features a second Kusanagi no Tsurugi, and this one does the legend of the sword more justice. Orochimaru's Kusanagi is a true Tsurugi. It is a double-edged sword and features mystical powers like the legendary one, like the real Kusanagi. So, in a way, Orochimaru wields the legendary Kusanagi of Japan's myths, while Sasuke wields a more realistic version of the Kusanagi, which you can have, because you can get this sword and a lot of other anime manga katana on minikatana.com, and you can get 15% off if you use the code BRIEFED, or just by using the link up in my bio. Bonus fact, the Kusanagi no Tsurugi is one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan, with the other 2 being the Yata no Kagami, a mirror wielded by Itachi's Susanoo in the form of a shield, along with the Totsuka sword, which, by the way, is the sword the real Susanoo used to slay Yamato no Orochi in the legend. Just saying. And the 3rd imperial regalia of Japan is the Yasaki no Magatama, a jewel which is also featured as a projectile used by Susanoo in Naruto. The story of the 3 regalia goes that in 1185, the Japanese child emperor Antuko fell into the hands of the enemy, and at the order of his grandmother, he drowned himself with the 3 imperial regalia rather than the enemy getting them. So him and Grand did drown, but it is said that the mirror was saved ahead of time, while the jewel was scooped out of the seas, and the sword supposedly washed ashore, like swords do. Since many don't believe a sword can wash ashore, rumor has it that the Kusanagi that's in the Atsuta shrine right now is a fake, which would make this one just as real.